Welcome. Have you ever wondered why horses roll? Have you ever tried drawing one? It's unique to see a horse upside down. Let me share some secrets for dynamic and fun drawings. Let's roll. A roll is fast. It's important to know the action that happened before your pose and what happens after. This will breathe life into your drawing. Let's slow it down a bit and follow Ghost in a roll. He starts sniffing and scraping the ground to find the perfect spot without rocks. He lowers his front legs and then the hindquarters. When Ghost lays on his back, the front legs swing to the other side and the rest follows. Even the neck and head rub in the sand. Some horses make a half roll, others turn back and forth. Ghost starts to get up using his hindquarters and hind legs. Look at the sheer force of getting hundreds of kilos back on its legs. After the roll, a horse will shake it off. Not all poses are created equal. When looking at pictures or videos, pick a good moment in the roll. Getting up is hard for a horse and looks, well, less elegant. A headless horse or a seemingly sleeping horse is not a good pick for our purposes today. For the record, he's fine. This photograph looks interesting. It has a nice viewpoint. The head is still attached and he shows a good amount of interesting movement. Time to draw. I start drawing with a fine liner here. Don't ever hesitate to grab a pencil and eraser. It takes time to learn. I start with the head. Ghost is wearing a fly mask if you wonder. Draw long lines if possible. The horse will look more dynamic. Ghost here is moving his front legs to the right. This will pull the rest of the body to the other side hereafter. Think of what action paves the way and follows after this moment. We are drawing a moving animal. It helps to think of at least 3 parts while drawing. First, the front of the horse. The head, neck, chest and shoulders, and of course front legs. Second, the so-called trunk or barrel of the horse. The volume of the belly to the back. Third, the hindquarters and hind legs. Each part can twist and turn during a roll. You already know the roll and where everything is going, so keep an eye out for it. Also think of the parts in perspective. Look at how they overlap and connect in this pose. The front first part, like the legs and shoulder, overlap the trunk of the horse. Can you see how the belly in the second part is overlapping the hind legs? Feel the stretch of the skin from the belly to the hind legs. A horse can twist and turn. Let's look at these actions in Ghost. I started a line that extends from the nose, goes between the ears and follows the turning neck into the shoulder. The chest and legs are turning away from us. You can almost feel the pull of the weight in this movement to the other side. The back is fairly straight against the ground, while on the other side you can see the curve of the belly. This shows the volume of the trunk of the horse. The legs follow a straight up action, even if they're technically upside down. Think of what you cannot see. For instance, try to imagine the complete right leg while drawing, or draw through the body when sketching. Let me grab some watercolors. I'm not here to show you how to render. That's a whole video in itself. But values and colors can add a lot of depth to your drawing. And it's fun. Therefore I start with a light that emphasizes beautifully the shape of the horse. Although Ghost looks kind of white, he is a grey horse. He has a dark skin with white hairs on top. You can see a lot of colors on his coat. The sunlight, the blue sky and of course the dirt after his roll. Ghost loves rolling in the mud. Maybe to blend in with the rest of the herd? I don't know. After the light, I start with the shadows. Here I add the cast shadow from the sun on the sand. Ghost is close to the ground and we are looking down on him, so we see more sand instead of the horizon. Remember that the roll is a vulnerable position for a prey animal like a horse. Feeling safe is important. Many horses roll to get dry after sweating or when they're wet. The dust or mud in their coat and the shaking after the roll make the hair stand up straight. The hair will dry faster, and it's a perfect protection against horseflies and such. It can also help with an itch on your back, and sometimes it's just for a stretch and fun. Rolling is a social event. If one horse starts rolling, other horses of the herd will follow on the very same dusty spot. Some horses take any opportunity to roll. Others add a straight-up jump or buck for joy after the roll. Horses also roll when they have colic, a dangerous gut problem. They will not get up happily and will not shake afterwards. We will look at the fun side of the roll in this video, because most rolls are for fun. Did I mention the fun of rolling in fresh snow or in mud pools? Some horses are straight up mud monsters. They love splattering and rolling in deep pools of mud over and over again. Let's look at our bodybuilder. I call him Mr. Muscle. The chest of a horse is pretty narrow compared to us humans. A horse does not have a collarbone, so do not draw one. Even if this is not an anatomy class, you can see far more of the pectoral muscles in a roll than when a horse is upright. Look how large the belly is. You can almost feel the curve of the rib cage. You can often see the inside of the thigh in a roll. It has quite a lot of volume to it. Let's get back to the drawing. Regular horses weigh about 500 to 600 kilos. Ghost here looks like he's floating in space. The very pose seems to be defying gravity. Adding a very dark shadow shows the closeness to the ground. The sun rays have a hard time reaching those spots close under his back and neck. The mane and horsetail are flattened and therefore also indicate that he is laying down. Little details to show the pull of gravity and weight of the horse. I will follow up with a shorter demo of a pony, and then I will reveal the last important secrets of drawing the roll. This is Alexis, a Welsh pony. She's 13 years old. Alexis is very sweet with children and quite calm until jumping. Then she becomes quite fanatic. Well, that went well. Off to a great start. Let's guess what action happened before this pose. Alexis has probably just rolled over from the other side. Her right leg is still moving towards the ground. Hereafter, she can either roll back on her other side or get up. The dancing mane can be used to express that motion. Let's exaggerate this. You might be annoyed by a halter in a photograph, but it's also a great way of showing the planes and volume of the head. Back to Alexis. I slowed the video a bit down so you can see how much I think before I draw and how much I hesitate. I am working on the first part. I already drew the head, neck and chest. The left leg is almost folding under the chest. Look closely. The upper side of that leg is coming towards us and looks shorter. It's called foreshortening. I'm not trying to give you a headache with perspective, but it's good to keep an eye out for such things. It is hard to think of everything, like anatomy, perspective, action, and even more when you draw. Don't be too hard on yourself. Concentrate on one thing, for instance, likeness in one drawing and movement in the next. Learn while you draw and get better one drawing at a time. It's okay to make mistakes. It is part of the process. The shoulders and legs are connected. I use a line to show that the chest and legs, think of part 1, are overlapping the belly and back, part 2. These little cues show where the horse is in space. Can you spot the difference between the front legs in this pose? Both legs are the same length, of course, but the upper part of this one looks longer than the other leg. We are looking at the horse that is 3D in real life, but we have to depict it on a two-dimensional plane, the paper. Sharpen your observation skills. It sometimes feels weird when you draw it, but drawing both legs the same size in this pose will look incorrect. Part 1 is facing us, but part 2 and 3 are farther away. Let's look at part 2, the trunk of the horse. It may sound silly, but feel the roundness of the trunk that becomes smaller in the distance. On the other side, we can see the fairly straight line of the back. Part 2 overlaps both legs here. Show this to create depth. Note that the two back legs do not touch in this pose. I will exaggerate the distance between the legs to show more movement. Don't forget about the volume of the inside of the thigh. Here I am thinking of adding a ponytail, even though it's not in the reference. I try to determine where the center of the pony is and follow the long line of the body. Establish a kind of flow. A wavy horsetail and dancing manes will add to the feeling of movement in a roll. I start adding values and shadows to the silhouette of Alexis. I am not going to show you all the rendering, but bits and pieces, which can help you with drawing the roll. Every horse or pony is unique. Look for the differences. Ponies mostly have fluffier manes and shorter ponytails than the horses. But there are always exceptions. Observe these little details when you work from reference. It can add to the likeness. You are the artist. You can always exaggerate or leave things out. I chose to leave the playful dog out of the drawing, but it would be great to include. It would add to the storytelling and dynamic movement. Alexis shows a lot of muscles in this pose. I always try to think of where muscles are going and how they connect. It is handy to keep an anatomy book nearby or an accroché like Mr. Muscles. But not everyone has access to such resources. You can also find images and diagrams of horse anatomy online. Think about wrapping lines around the body to show the volume of the horse. Make pencil marks to show the movement, muscles, twists and turns. The added lines outside the horse indicate direction and action. The horse stirs up debris, dust or snow in the roll. Let's show that. A little distraction. Help from Finn. Taking breaks is important. Nice try. But upside down is not enough for a roll. And wrong animal. Sorry, Finn. I want to talk about even smaller ponies than Alexis. Ponies are not only smaller than horses, they also have a different build. For instance, Shetland ponies have such short legs that they are much closer to the ground. Some Shetland ponies just throw themselves in the dirt instead of lowering their legs like taller horses. Getting up can be a challenge, but do not underestimate the little ones. They can be pretty fast. Foals can be small as well, but there's a difference in build. Unlike baby humans, foals seem to hit the ground running. Within hours of birth they can stand and walk. Their legs are very long in comparison to their body. The length of a foal's leg is about 80 to 90% it will be at adulthood. Imagine to roll or get up after a roll with such long legs. It's fun to draw draft horses like Shires, Belgians or Friesians, or other horses like Gypsy Vanners and Haflingers. They can have lush manes and long socks. Play with this knowledge to show the movement in the roll. Dramatizing the long hair and socks can make the pose even more alive. I had a little break and can look at the drawing with fresh eyes. We are nearing the end and I can think of dozens of things I could have done better. And that brings us to the last secret. The roll is all about action. For the horse, the end product is a dusty or muddy coat, but they also enjoy the process of rolling. In drawing, we sometimes focus too much on the end product. Pick up that pencil, brush, music instrument or garden tool. Feel the freedom like the rolling horse. Create and enjoy the process. Have a great day and hopefully until next time.